There is a growing perception that the General Assembly has gradually lost touch with its foundational responsibilities and has become overwhelmed with processes. In the backdrop of the prevailing global scenario, the calls for reformed multilateralism enjoy considerable support amongst UN member states. India has consistently advocated the view that General Assembly can be revitalized. India believes that multilateralism, rebalancing, fair globalization, and reformed multilateralism cannot be kept in abeyance for long. Mr. President, I thank you for convening this meeting on this important issue today. While registering my delegation's appreciation for the work done by the permanent representatives of Australia and El Salvador as the leaders of the co-chairs of the ad hoc working group on the work of the revitalization of the General Assembly, my delegation would also wish to congratulate Her Excellency, the permanent representative of St. Lucia, and His Excellency, the permanent representative of Romania, for their appointment as the new co-chairs of the ad hoc working group on the revitalization of the work of the General Assembly for the 78th session of the UNGA. While aligning ourselves with the statement delivered by Algeria on behalf of the non-aligned movement, we also wish to deliver these additional remarks. Mr. President, the primacy and legitimacy of the General Assembly flows from the inclusive nature of its membership and the principle of sovereign equality of all its constituents. In these turbulent times, the universal character of the General Assembly and the moral weight of its decisions and opinions cannot be overemphasized. However, as pointed out by the President of the General Assembly when he opened this meeting last week, and I quote, "At a time when questions about the relevance of the UN itself and therefore about its very existence are echoing louder," unquote, there is a growing perception that the General Assembly has gradually lost touch with its foundational responsibilities and has become overwhelmed with processes. Moreover, the attempts to discuss thematic issues in the Security Council has also undermined the role and authority of the General Assembly. Hence, my delegation would like to reiterate that India has consistently advocated the view that General Assembly can be revitalized only when its position as the chief deliberative, policy-making and representative organ of the United Nations is respected both in letter and in spirit. We must admit that some of the blame lies with the General Assembly and its member states for having allowed its relevance to be diluted despite being the collective voice of all nations. The General Assembly should take the lead in setting the global agenda and restoring the centrality of the United Nations in formulating multilateral approaches to resolving transnational issues. This was the role intended for the Assembly in Article 10 of the UN Charter, namely that it discuss any questions or matters within the scope of the present Charter or relating to the powers and functions of any organ provided for in the Charter, that is the Security Council.
आप देख रहे हैं इंडिया एक्सप्रेस लाइव।